All right, so let's just go through some messaging principles. You want to alternate between professional and casual messaging. And usually what I will do is I'm going to start professional and then I'm going to go casual and more casual. And then after a 3-message series, let's say I'm working new leads, right? And I do the 3 and then the 2, I'll go professional, casual, more casual, take a break, slightly professional, casual, right? For the 2 new messages. Keep it simple. You'll notice, and what I'm saying here is go from simple to simpler. You'll notice that in the good example, it really was just, I just want to know whether you're buying a house or not. And I keep asking that same question in different ways and making it just simpler and simpler and simpler to answer me. I want to make it easier and easier and easier to just simply break that ice to get them to respond. If you can't get them to respond, you can't interact with them. Ask one question, get it answered. This is a good principle. And I'm not saying that you can't ever switch it up or ask a different question. The point is that if you look at some of the messaging that you send, I want you to look in there, and a lot of times what you'll see is that you're asking more than one question. So if you ask more than one question, which one do you want them to answer? They don't know either. So in most cases, when you're speaking to a lead or writing to a lead, ask them one question to answer for you. You can give them an either or question. Are you this or are you that? Are you doing this or are you not, right? You can use either or. But either or is different from asking 2 different questions or even multiple different questions in the same messaging. So if you're talking to a stranger, you're going to be less casual and playful, okay? So meaning you're going to be more professional with strangers. So when you're messaging complete stranger leads, you're going to go from professional to slightly less professional or slightly casual, right? When you have rapport, let's say that you had a prospect that you went and showed a couple of homes to, and you're trying to follow up with them. You can get much more casual / playful. Like one of my favorite messages to a nurture or a follow-up that I have had rapport with or a conversation with is, are we still friends? ? That's it. Are we still friends? ? That's a great message to use with people that you have rapport with or that you've had interactions with. It's not one that I use for cold leads, people that I have no rapport with or haven't interacted with. Okay, salespeople are easy to ignore. Remember this. Salespeople are easy to ignore. Real people are not easy to ignore. Real people are harder to ignore. What do I mean by that? If you sound like a salesperson, if you keep showing up as a salesperson, if your messaging keeps sounding like a salesperson, it's very easy to ignore, especially once they've done it the first time. That's why you've got to switch to more casual messaging. Okay, this is another one I want you to remember. Too much discovery via text and email equals no phone call. And this also goes for your AI. If you're using AI and your AI goes too deep and gets too much discovery, or even if you're using a virtual assistant as a ISA making calls for you, if they get too much discovery via text and email, there's no reason to get on the phone with you because I have to just get you to answer first. That's the bite on the hook. And then the setting of the hook is get just enough rapport, enough info, or enough interaction to where then I can start to reel you in, which is, can we get on a phone call? Can I get on to a Zoom with you, right? Okay. When taking over for the automation, first you want to be the automation and then introduce the agent, which is you. So don't just interrupt in the middle of an AI interaction and suddenly become the agent. You want to talk as though you're the auto. You take over. You're going to talk as the automation and then introduce the idea of agent, which would be you.